guys, welcome to Family Fun Pack. As you can see, we're in the car, our big car with no kids. That's because you guys have been begging us for a car tour, asking about the car seats. There's so much to talk about, so we're gonna do that today. Now, let's just talk about the history of our cars. We started off with, he had this old beat up Ford that hardly worked, and I had a green Toyota Tacoma that I bought. It was the first car I bought, and I was really proud about it because I paid cash for it. As a
hard work,
probably 19-year-old, maybe 19, 20-ish is when I got that car. I think I was about 20. Anyway, so we had those cars. Then we started having kids. So we ended up with a Honda Accord and a Camry. And then we had more kids. So then we got a van, our first minivan. We got a Sienna, right?
Yep, Toyota Sienna.
And then we got an Odyssey, right?
Yeah.
I think I'm doing this right. Okay. And then we had Michael, our fifth. And that's when we were like, okay, we need something bigger. Let's look around a little more. And that's when we came across our first Nissan MV. We have a video about it. We got it in 2013, the year he was born. And, right?
Yep.
Okay. Like, is that when all this happened?
We might have bought it in 2014, but it was a 2013 model.
Oh, yeah.
Because it had been on the lot a while.
So sometime around then. Okay, so it was white. And we liked it a lot. Although I do remember the first time I drove in that car, I was actually laughing. And it's because I was kind of embarrassed. Like, I was like, I cannot believe I'm driving this giant car.
It was weird.
Yeah, and I mean, you guys see our car and you might think it's big, you might think it's normal. I don't know what you guys think, but I'm telling you, the first time you go in this car, it's giant. And I remember I pulled into my parents' driveway and I was thinking, they're gonna think I'm so dumb for having this car. Like, I was so embarrassed. They said they wished that they had filmed me driving into their house just because they thought it was so funny how we were like laughing so hard just because we bought this car. They're like, why would you buy a car if you're laughing about it? So we had this car. We took it on a road trip to Florida. We liked it a lot. But while we were in Florida, someone comes up to us and they're like, oh, is this the shuttle? And I'm like, no, this is my personal car. Then I'm at the school pickup line picking up my kids from elementary school and someone's like, oh, is this the daycare line? And I'm like, no, this is my own personal van. So I realized white was not a good color. So we go on the next road trip. We're in Utah driving back to California and we drive by this Nissan dealership. They have like a ton of the same car in their parking lot because when we got our car, they only had like white. There was really no choices. So we just got white. And
we drove like an hour to the dealer to find it because it was hard to find.
So we saw like a ton of them and we were like freaking out because there was so many colors. We're looking at this maroon and blue and gold and we're so happy. We ended up going with black, as you guys know. We stopped mid-road trip, but we backed up our one car, backed up the new car, and we just took up the whole garage in the dealership and it's full of stuff because we've been on the road for like a month or so. There's just like trash. Our car seat has food. Like, oh, it was horrible.
Everywhere, all over the floor of the place. Like,
all of our 5 kids were in car seats, so we had all the car seats, all the luggage, stroller, like all kinds of food, wrappers. Like, it was like so much.
And we didn't have the back row of the van on the road trip because we needed that for storage, and so we were essentially buying a new van without the back row. We're like, you guys can keep that.
Yeah, we let them keep one of the seats because we have one at home. But it worked. It was the same color interior. So anyway, we had this car and then we found out they were discontinuing it and we were actually really sad. So our car was pretty hashed, had a couple issues going on, but we ended up selling it back to the dealership and getting a brand new one just last year. So you guys might not even know that we have a brand new car because it looks exactly the same. We put running boards on it. We did everything the same. The only difference is our tires are a little different. The
rims are a little bit different.
Yeah, but yeah, we have the same car but brand new and we're trying to take really good care of it and not drive it too much because we need it to last for a really long time because after this I don't know what we're gonna get. It holds a lot of people.
I know, because the Sprinter vans, they're like too tall for our garage.
Yeah, but we did want to show you guys some of the things about the car, including how our children fit in the car, because I know that's what you all really wanted to see was where does everyone sit, how do we fit in, how does everything work? So let's get to that. This portion of the video is an ad for Hasbro.
Oh my gosh, it's so cute.
It's really cute.
That's so cool. Whoa, it's so cool. The pizza crust is ready.
Oh my gosh, I'm making cheese.
Mommy, look.
Oh, that's so cute.
Little tomato.
You did a great job.
Look. And now it's time to put it in the oven. Hey, Gogo, would you like a pizza?
I did want to mention that nothing about the car or the car seats or anything like that is sponsored. It's just that we get so many questions about it. Even in public, we'll be at a gas station. I cannot tell you how many times we'll be somewhere, some random man, there's always a guy, he walks up to my door and he starts talking, and I'm like, whoa, like, where did you come from? Because people just are always curious. They see the car, they wonder about it. They like how we've kind of, you know, upgraded like the rims and the stuff that we've done to it. So we get a lot of questions. So hopefully this answers all of them for you guys. But now let's look inside.
First thing I'd like to point out is there's not a sliding door on the other side, which is different from minivans. And I think it's actually a great feature because if we have to pull over on the side of the highway, kids can't just open that sliding door and be on the highway.
We added movie players that usually work. We have 1, 2, and then 3, 4. Right now we have Chloe here because she's the hardest to put in, just because as she gets bigger, it's gonna be harder to put her car seat here. Then we have Owen right there so that I can be close to him and I can hand him snacks or just see him, help him, make sure he's safe. Then Michael right there. Chloe rides in the Kiko KeyFit 35. Owen rides in the Nuna Rava, I think is what it's called. It's a nice car seat. He's kept it pretty clean, which is nice. And then all of the other kids ride in the Britax Frontier. The reason they ride in those is because they go up to 120 pounds. And my kids are all well within the weight range and height range for that. And I know I've talked about this before, but we get a lot of comments about, why is Michael in a car seat? He's 8. And why is Owen in a car seat? I'm like, it's the safest place and the safest way to ride. If you do your research, you'll know a 5-point harness is the safest way for your kid to ride in a car seat. Even though your child might be big enough for a booster seat, it doesn't mean it's the safest way to ride. I mean, yeah, that's all I have to say about it. I know I talked about this before, but we had a friend who had an accident and everyone in the car was pretty hurt. They all went to the hospital. The only person in the car that was safe with no injuries at all was the one person wearing a 5-point harness. And there's a reason that race car drivers ride with a 5-point harness. People do use them. They're not as convenient for us jumping in our car every day, but it's definitely a safe way to keep yourself buckled in. And like I said, we've chosen car seats that have really nice steel frames and that have a weight capacity that supports the weights of our kids in the harnesses that they're in. So that is that. Now to clarify, Alyssa and David do not ride in a 5-point harness. They ride in regular seats because they're 13 and 15 years old. They're definitely big enough. The twins are 12 and they're old enough, but they're actually not that big. Believe it or not, this might be mind-blowing to hear this, but the twins weigh almost exactly 100 pounds different than David. 100 pounds less. Like, it's insane saying that, but if you look at them right now, the size difference, David's the size of an adult and the twins are very much the size of little kids still. They sound like little kids. They're a good, like, you know, quite a bit shorter than David. So they're very safe and they fit in their car seats. And I know there's just a lot of questions and controversy regarding how I put my kids in the car, but I do what I think is best for them and what I think is safest for them. And that is riding as they do. Matt and I were just discussing a new configuration for the car. And I noticed how our kids have somehow managed to hide 2 charging ports. Oh, and some trash behind the car seat. That's the only thing about car seats. You never know what you're gonna find under them.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Another thing. I think there's a...
I was looking for that. Oh,
Found.
man. We've got the back of the car open so you guys can see how we have the car configured right now, currently.
To max it out, it goes to 12 seats. We currently have it configured for 10, so we can still fit things like the stroller. What's nice is if we don't feel like collapsing the stroller, put it in. There you have it. So before Chloe was born, we did not have these 2 seats here, and we could fit a ton of luggage. You've probably seen on some of our road trips. Surfboards, strollers, like 10 suitcases literally packed up. But now it's a little tighter because we've got to keep these in because we have 9 people in our family. But we make do.
And we just came up with this new idea. Matt had an idea. I'm trying to figure out how can we have our car situated for 9 and not 10, because this one seat, I'll show you guys from the other side of the car, it's really cramped. The 10th seat is literally hardly usable because you can see there's 1 seat there, but then the seat next to it, I mean, look, that's not really a usable seat. So they put their stuff on that, but it's kind of not usable, and I want to see how we could have just the amount of seats that we need in the car for travel. So Matt's looking at it right now, but this here is 1 seat and 2 seats. So he's gonna see if he can pick this one up, and then Alyssa and David would just sit in the very back on the 2-person spot. Sweet. You guys are getting to see us in progress. This was not planned. We were just out here talking about the car and he's like, you know what might work? This could be very cool.
Now we have a 9-passenger car.
I know. And if we want, maybe we can put junk here, like when we're traveling. Like imagine we could put a big cooler right here.
Yeah, and a trash can.
A giant trash can. That's what we need in here. Also, okay, I want to note that we have moved. The reason why there's no room back where Matt's sitting right now is because all these benches we've moved back to the furthest back spot. And so that one's back, the second one's back, but the third one doesn't go back. That's another thing that Nissan should have done.
We could move this seat forward though to give leg room for this.
But then it just makes like not that much space here. And because of car seats, it's especially hard to not have a lot of like walking room in front of the seats. Okay, Matt's gonna carefully.
That's becoming an injury video. These handles here are nice though.
This is why you need the running boards because you're kind of high off the ground here. Okay, he's gonna try to pull this one out. I think we can do it.
I think we need to go out through the back.
I think you could like lean it towards us and kind of like
twist
finagle it. Yeah, I think it'll work. It looks kind of weird having the car like this, but I mean, it is what we need. It is, you know.
Now we'll cover it with a floor mat. That's the other thing. Nissan only makes weather mats for the front, so all these mats you see. Find these on the internet, and we just order them and try and make them fit.
Yes, we've just got like random
5 foot, like
floor mats everywhere. We found an extra floor mat.
Perfect.
Sweet. I like this configuration. Why don't you and I try sitting in that chair right there and we'll imagine what Dave and Alyssa will be like and if they'll fit. I'll be Alyssa. I'll be going into the seat going, oh, why did you put all your stuff in my seat, David? Okay.
And I'll be David resting my feet on this wheel well here.
What do you think?
Hey, this
Nice
is
and
good.
cozy.
If we
It's
had
good
our
for
own,
us.
if we had our own chauffeur, this could be like a limo. We have like 10
This is
feet
cool.
between us and the driver.
This could work.
We could
I
sit
think
back
they'll be
here and
fine.
smooch.
After this, we'll test it with real children. I think it'll
They're
work.
practically young adults.
I know.
Too
Don't
big,
say that.
too tall.
I know. They grew too fast. We came back in the house so we could gather everyone up and bring them out and show you guys how we fit. Matt's getting Chloe. She literally sleeps all the time. As we're filming this, she's 7 weeks old. She's actually wearing a 3-month outfit. It's one of her very first ones she's ever worn. And she still wears newborn diapers. Do we bother you? Were you comfy and sleepy?
Quite done with it now.
I know. She's going back to sleep. She's kind of like a little annoyed by it, but she's relaxing. Okay. Everybody's here, ready to go to the car. The kids don't believe me that we're just going to the car.
They think we're tricking them. To
They think we have some trick, but it's really real.
Fishy.
No,
It's
we're really
fishy.
just getting in the
Oh,
car.
yeah.
Maybe
just
we're
gonna get
taking
in
you
the
to a
car.
math center so you can learn some more math.
Oh, that would be
that's
fun.
fishy. That's a trick.
Okay, no, for real. Everyone jump in the car.
Okay.
Come on, Owen.
Why is that seat out?
Oh, that? I don't know.
Yeah, there's probably something in the car.
Okay.
I'm buckling.
Okay.
That's awesome. This is so cool.
We changed the configuration for you guys.
It's so like dragons here.
Ooh, where am I supposed to sit?
This is awesome.
Okay, Owen, you go to your seat. Michael, go to your seat.
Whoa.
And let's see if Alyssa and David like their new seat.
Look how much legroom you have.
What do you guys think? You like that?
Yeah, that's awesome.
You think it'll be comfortable for like a road trip and stuff? Because I was thinking, look how much space is here.
I could put all my stuff there.
Whoa. I knew there was some spicy trip up your sleeve.
I knew it.
I get here.
Yes, show everybody how you get in your seat.
This is how I get in. I sit right here.
Yes.
I'm next to the window. And
So Zach has the rainbow car seat. It's one of the ones I was really excited to get. I love the pattern on that. And then Chris has this gray one. I don't know why he has gray, but
yeah.
whatever reason it is, it's kind of plain.
It's good.
But their feet actually can touch the ground almost here, but their
Yeah,
seats
they
fit them
can.
nice. Actually, it looks like I might need to raise Chris's. Let me see how yours is fitting. There's Zach in his seat. You can see his seat fits him perfectly. Fits very well. I just fixed Chris's headrest because it was a little bit low. Somebody might have pushed it down. Meanwhile, Matt's buckling Owen.
And I'm buckling Michael.
Yep, Michael buckles himself. Owen's learning to unbuckle himself. He's almost there, but not all the time. And also in our other car, Owen rides in, I think, a Britax, right, Matt? I think that's what he rides in.
So.
Yeah. And last but not least, we get to add Chloe. Oh, you got all the way out of your seat? You got all the way out. Well, it looks like Owen proved me wrong since he just unbuckled himself.
He knows how to unbuckle. He's just learning how to buckle. He knows how to buckle the top part, like just this part.
Yeah, he's getting better at that. But anyway, this is the configuration. You can see how everybody fits.
How I
Okay, show me how.
buckle.
Okay.
This is how.
Good job. You are learning.
The other part.
Let's see if you can do the bottom part. The one thing we sometimes struggle with is having Owen keep that chest clip high enough. He does push it down sometimes, but...
Sometimes he pushes it down to like his lower stomach.
Yeah, and we
like
have to put
here.
it back up,
So
huh?
it's like at least to probably
But where's it supposed to go? Show her where it's supposed to go.
supposed to go right here.
Yeah, up high. The one kind of tricky thing is getting Chloe out of here with my seat here. So what we'll often have to do is I put my seat forward and then Matt can easily grab her out and put her back in. And also it makes it tricky for them to walk to their seats with my seat all the way.
Instead of walking
Back.
under her.
Yes, otherwise they're crawling underneath. Everybody ready to get out?
Yeah.
This is what it looks like when our family gets out of the car.
And then after that, we have to be safety first. Safety first. After that, we need to
All right, well, thanks so much for watching our video today. We appreciate you watching. If you have any questions or comments or want to talk about anything, leave us a comment and let us know. We're more than happy to talk. And we will see you in our next video. Bye.